So the first way to increase traffic to your gigs on Fiverr is really to respond to messages that you get through the inbox from potential buyers. So I read on a Fiverr blog post before that high response rates from sellers will equate to 10% more traffic for your gigs. Now, subsequently, I haven't been able to find that because I think they've actually removed that. But you can be guaranteed that this is important because they've made updates recently to this response rate. And so we know that it's still important. We know that it probably equates to more traffic, but it also helps even with sellers when they're, or buyers when they're looking at our gigs. For example, here, let's have a look at this one here. You can see what the response rate of the seller is. So 3 days, if you were thinking of reaching out and buying this gig and she said, well, she doesn't get back to me for 3 days, I'm probably going to try a seller who does if you've got some questions. So that's kind of how it has an impact from the buyer's side. But I think more importantly from Fiverr's point of view, they, as I said, this is like a social marketplace and they're really pushing features and behaviors that show that, and that's why they're really becoming more stringent on this response rate. And I would recommend, you have it 80% and above. Mine's probably even a little bit low. I could do a little bit better on that. But how is it actually measured? Well, it's measured on your response rate to messages in the last 30 days and the time that it takes you to make the first reply. So say if I get a message in my inbox and I haven't responded for 2 days, well then that will really bring down my response rate percentage. But if I respond to a couple after that, within 2-3 minutes, then it's going to bring it right back up. So it's only on the first contact. If the potential buyer comes back to you again with more questions, that isn't counted. So that's fine. You just have to reply once. Now, this is a little bit annoying because messages do build up. But the thing that Fiverr has given you, thankfully, is a tool called Quick Response. So what you can do if you get a message here is you can use a quick response, saying, sorry, I'm just offering my gigs described. Sure, I can take a close look when you place an order. And you can just basically click those buttons. A lot of the questions are very similar. This article, I'll post a link to it. This has some literally, responses, quick responses that you can copy and paste in there, so you can really respond quickly, and it gives you some examples of the potential common types of messages and how you can respond to them. So that is pretty handy. I guess it's good to have a marketplace for sellers talking to buyers and answering questions. It is a little bit of inconvenience. It doesn't always lead to a sale, but sometimes it does. So from a sales perspective, it can drive sales. I think it's just better for the marketplace. And there's a quick and easy way to do it, kind of to semi-automate it. So it's definitely worth doing because it's important for traffic conversions and it's important to Fiverr, so it should be important to you too. So what I would suggest you do is go to this article here, set up some of your quick responses. You can do this very easily. Add a new quick response. You can copy and paste those from here in there. This is something that you'll be doing on an ongoing basis. At the start, you might get too many messages, but over time they do build up. So you really want to keep on top of those, keep your response rates 80% or even above.